friendship expectations are so low. No wonder you are so upset about your social situation. If you don't set standards for yourself, most importantly, in your friendships, you're fucked. And I do mean to put it so bluntly. I always hear about setting expectations, but only in the context of relationships, being romantic relationships, because that's what we associate that word with, even though a relationship could be parental, sibling, friendship, platonic, romantic. There's so many outlets that the word relationship falls under. But today, we're going to be talking about the relationship being friendship and how, in my humble opinion, they are the most important place to set in. I say this because the truth is, we will have more friendships in our life than we will have romantic relationships. At least most of us, you know? So I compiled a list of my personal boundaries and expectations that I set for friendships. Now I want to start this off by saying, oh, my poor kitten wants in. I do not believe that you can expect something from somebody that you do not offer and provide yourself. So in this list are things that I have personally worked on or am currently working on in order to feel inside that I am worthy to ask for this from another human being. If you have a list of expectations or things that you would like in somebody, but you don't currently possess them yourself, you're never gonna feel good enough. So if and when that person does come along into your life, you're gonna self-sabotage that pretty fast. It's gonna be like, it's gonna come into you and you're just gonna push it away because you deep down subconsciously don't believe that you're worthy of having that thing in the first place. My cat's being insane. Chloe, shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Thank you. Okay. So my number one point, or I should say first one, is that this person matches your energy. I have met too many people where I'm always giving more and I'm not receiving even close to the same. And those are fucking draining. And the reason why we get so caught up in it is because it's like this chase. Like, oh, if only I show this person that, like, if only I show them my value, if only I show them that I am such a good person, then I can earn their love, I can earn their attention, I can earn their affection, and then they will accept me, and that makes me feel valued. So really deep down, you just want to know that you're good enough, and there's nothing wrong with that. Of course, we all want to feel that inner validation and that we are good enough, and that we want that reflected back to us, because I hear all this bull fucking shit about only receive validation from yourself, or even for the really out there people who needs validation, receive it from the universe. I do believe that we should validate ourselves 100%. I don't feel like we should need validation from other people. However, as humans, that is just an innate desire, and there's nothing wrong with wanting to have that reflected back to you. It feels good for somebody to tell you, like, hey, you did a great job. I'm really proud of you for doing this. Like, I love you. It feels so good to hear those things, and that's okay. But when somebody's not giving that to you and when they're not matching your energy, it makes you crave it more, because then you feel, since this person isn't giving it to you, if you can just find a way to get, if you can just love them so much, my cat's being insane right now, then maybe it'll prove that you are worthy enough and you are good enough. So that's where that comes from. How you stop this pattern is by recognizing your worth in yourself and knowing that you deserve people that give you that same energy. Honestly, just through experience, the only way that I've really felt valuable of receiving energy back is by finding someone who does give that to me, and then feeling and really absorbing how this person treats me and realizing that, yes, in this very physical reality, they are giving me this, so therefore I am worthy of it. Once you have an experience where you receive this kind of princess treatment from a friend, you can't go back, because now you've had that experience and it's just going to level up your standard. And it's not my tea, learned through experience. Okay. Point number 2 for my expectations and boundaries in friendships. And that is that this person is consistent and they keep their word. This is going to show you their true colors and their true character. When someone is consistent, and not just with you, but with other aspects of their life, in their physical, their spiritual, their emotional, their mental, their academic, in all areas, you can bet your money that this person is going to be consistent with you too. I recommend that you look at this person. Do they say things like, oh, yeah, God, I'm so lazy, or I can't do it, I'm not good enough, I don't know, like flaky vibes? Red flag, babe, red flag. If they're not consistent or able to be consistent with little parts of their own lives, they're gonna flake on you too. They're not gonna be consistent with you. And since they're not consistent, that means that they're not gonna keep their word. They're gonna make plans with you and then they're gonna cancel. They're gonna make plans and then show up late. They're not going to respect your time. And if somebody doesn't respect your time, they're not respecting you. Do you want a friend that doesn't respect you? No, you don't. Okay. Point number 3, this person has good mental health, or they are working actively on it. People tend to gravitate towards other people who are in the same mental state, that are on the same energetic level, you could say. If you find yourself being with friends who have severe mental health issues, are constantly in a victim mindset, are just very negative and drag you down with their own actions, their own words, their own thoughts, their own reflection of how they are feeling inside, it does not matter how much you try to help them, they will always drag you down. So if you have been focusing on yourself, if you have been working on your mental health and leveling up and trying to be better, you deserve to have people around you who are trying to be better. You do not need to feel guilty if you need to cut someone off because they are not growing with you. That is not selfish. That is protecting yourself. That is protecting your energy, your inner peace. That is protecting you. And that is the biggest act of self-love you can give yourself. And I say it is such a huge act of self-love because it is very difficult to do because of the underlying emotions. If I think of this in my own life, there have been a few people where they are struggling heavily mentally, and I can care about this person and I can love this person and I can want the absolute best for them, but I cannot compromise myself and my inner peace to try to fix them. It is not your job to fix other people. It is not your job to fix somebody's mental health. You are not other people's therapist. A relationship goes two ways. You are there for that person and that person is there for you. I think the word was interdependence. But if you have two people who have bad mental health, that's literally just codependency. What is healthy about that? What is a high standard about that? That is not a high standard at all. I want to talk about this subject very carefully because I don't want it to come across in a way of me saying that if somebody is going through a rough patch and if they are going through a time with rough mental health, that I'm not saying you're not worthy of having friendships at all. That is not what I'm saying. And to those people, I want you to know that when you begin to focus on your inner work and you begin to really get disciplined in your own mind, in your own habits, in your daily actions, there is a way out, and I have been through it myself. But while I was in that area, in that space, I found myself being almost looking for other people who were suffering as well so that I could suffer with them, and then I would feel like my suffering wasn't as bad. It was a way for me to get reassurance about my own position and where I was. So saying that, it reflects exactly what I'm saying now. People attract other people and connect with other people and like other people that are on similar mental levels. So as you focus on your own growth and as you level up, you can say, you will, I promise you, unfortunately, you will have people drop out of your life like that. It is going to happen so fast, you're going to turn around and be like, what the fuck? Girl, I just had this happen like a couple months ago. Oh, shit show. I was not expecting that. Ooh. They just weren't on my level. They fell behind. They fell behind. Okay, number 4. This person, I'm mainly talking about female friendships here now that I realize it. Okay, this female friend, I mean, it could be a male friend too. Honestly, whatever. Doesn't matter. They, them, whatever. I don't care. Person. I'll just stick with person. They have an abundance mindset. They have a goddess mindset. They have a king mindset. And what I mean by this is they are not in a victim mode. They don't say, this person did this to me, or this person made me feel this way, or oh, fuck that person. You know, they don't say shit like that. They say, okay, I see how this perspective, I'm feeling this inside my body. What part of myself is this coming from? Like, how can I reassure and validate myself? Like, instead of searching for this other person, like, how can I grow on this myself? That is a person with a high value mindset. They don't go and blame the world. They look towards themselves, and with compassion and empathy and love, they don't turn the knife towards themselves being like, what's wrong with me? No. They look at themselves and they're like, hey, you know, it's okay. Like, maybe this problem happened. Maybe I didn't quite succeed how I expected to, but you know what? I gave it a good shot, and now I'm going to change my actions, and I'm going to try in maybe this way. And if that doesn't work, totally fine. Learn from that, and maybe it'll try out this way, you know? I'm just giving an example, a little mental processing of what might go on in a person's head that has an abundance mindset. That's what I do. If I have an issue in my life, like, oh my God, this is so... this is so random, but I was doing my math homework tonight, and when I was doing it and I wasn't doing very well, I was kind of failing on them. I was like, you know what, Emma, it's totally okay. You have your note. This is inner dialogue. Emma, it's okay. You have your notes, you know, just like take your time and look at them, and then we'll try it. You know what? You got 3 tries. You got this. You got this. You can do this. And then when I got it right eventually, like I give myself a pat on the back. I give myself a pat on the back, and I say, good job, Emma. Good job. You did a really great job. I'm proud of you. I am constantly talking to myself like this. I talk to myself like a baby sometimes, because the thing with the brain is, like, when you talk to it nicely, it'll be more nice to you. It's a relationship, honestly. Like, build a friendship with your own brain. Within an abundance mindset, they also view the world through an optimistic perspective. For example, if this person here, I'm all over the place, goddamn. When it comes to money, this person, if they're like, oh God, I'm so broke, money's so hard to make, it's so scarce, I don't know how to make it, I don't know how to find it, I couldn't start my own business. What? Me? Like, no. That is a scarcity mindset. No, we do not fuck with a scarcity mindset. This person feels abundant. They're so grateful. They're so present. And if they see a $5 bill on the street, they're like, oh my God, I'm so lucky. I'm so lucky. And they allow more things to come into my life. They're abundant in all areas. They're abundant in their mindset of friendships. Like, you know what? The right people are going to come into my life at the right time, divine timing, all of that good stuff. All of that. I love people to have the abundance mindset, because if they do, then they match my energy. And oh God, that feeling is just, it's so incredible when you find someone with these qualities. It's so incredible. What I mentioned earlier with you're gonna drop people, that's just like a byproduct, and it is a good thing. It might feel really hard and bad in the moment, because you're like, wow, I had all of these friends and now I literally have 2. I've been trapped in a scarcity mindset from time to time, you know. All of these things ebb and flow. I'm not an optimistic person all the time. I want to say like 80-90% I am, but like, I have my faults. I'm human. Like, this shit that I'm talking about, it's what has helped me during those ebbs and flows. So when I'm in a point where I'm just like a little bit lower, I'm just like sad all the time. These things and applying them to my own life is what helps me. And as you continually implement these standards and boundaries in yourself, you're gonna find that you will naturally be gravitated and attracted to people that are like you. Point number 5 is that this person is focused on growing herself. Growing, I mean focusing on yourself. I know, super broad term. If I could put this in like a phrasing that's not focusing on yourself, because that's so overused. It's like so overused to the point where you're like, dude, what does focusing on yourself like even mean? Don't look in my search history, because I got so many times where I looked up what does it mean to focus on yourself, because literally it was so much information I didn't even know. And I'm making a YouTube podcast about focusing on yourself, so bam. To me, focusing on yourself means investing time and energy into the development of your mind, your body, and your soul. You do this through daily actions. You do this through daily habits, whether that be exercise, yoga, meditation, drinking tea, doing skincare, doing your hobbies, doing your passions, working on your career, working on your business. There are so many outlets that I could say that is working yourself. But if something is investing in your soul, your heart, your happiness, your body, your mind, anything to do with you and what's going on internally, that is focusing on yourself. Something that might help clarify what focusing on you means is by explaining what not focusing on you means. Not focusing on you would be to walk into a room and think, oh my god, what are people thinking of me? Oh my god, do I look weird? Is there something on my face? Is my mascara under my eyes? Oh, am I walking weird? Like, where do I put my hands? Like, oh, are people thinking things of me? Like, that is social anxiety. That is focusing on the external. What you need to do in that situation is you need to take a deep breath and you drop into your body. You get out of this little squishy sponge brain thing and you get into your body and you feel your stomach and you drop down into the base of your body. Really get grounded. And honestly, that is just the byproduct of that is feeling very magnetizing and very calm and very present in yourself. It's a wonderful feeling. So next time you walk into a room with a lot of people, I just want you to almost put the room on portrait mode, and you're the one in the frame. You know, in portrait mode, it's like one person and it's entirely focused on them, and then all the rest is blurred. And honestly, people are going to be looking at you because like you're so focused on yourself that you're magnetizing. Okay, expectation / boundary number 6. Personal boundaries. Ooh, I get excited about this one. If somebody does not have boundaries with themselves, you can bet your ass they will break your boundaries. This ties right back to what I said. People treat others how they treat themselves. So if somebody is hating online, you can bet your bottom dollar that person is hating themselves. If somebody is breaking your boundaries, you can bet your ass they're breaking their own internal boundaries, and they lack trust and confidence in themselves. Now this kind of slides into the little topic of how to build confidence, and that I have a video on that, but like it's a while back, and I want to like dive deep into it, you know, because like the nighttime I've discovered makes me really intellectual, and like I just feel smart, you know. I just feel very in my body and in my mind, just very present and like ready to speak out my mind. So back to the confidence thing. If you want to build confidence and build trust in yourself, you must keep your own promises. And this makes a lot of sense logically when you think about it. Let's say that you told yourself, I am going to do a chapter of my math homework tonight, and you don't. You just broke a promise with yourself. If somebody breaks a promise with you, are you gonna have confidence in that person? Hell no. You will not. That is broken trust. A broken promise breaks confidence in a person. So why wouldn't that apply to yourself? So if you're constantly saying to yourself things and then not doing them, no wonder that you can't have boundaries with other people. Like, it's so obvious. And this is why this is in my little list of expectations that I have from other people and other friendships, is because I do my best to uphold my own boundaries. For example, in this little journal, I have a whole list of my expectations for my future boyfriend, of my boundaries with him and what I expect. And yet again, there's nothing on there that I do not offer, I do not provide, or I do not provide the opposite of. For example, if I put on let me see. If I put on being the provider and protector, that's like the masculine. The feminine counterpart would to be a nurturer and caring person, like a very feminine, nurturing, loving, caring person. Like I can provide that. So in return, I expect the provider and protector mentality, you know. So like that's what I mean by the opposite is when it comes to masculine and feminine energy. Even by having this list of boundaries and expectations with someone, you are setting those, you are sending that energy, that vibe out to the universe, and being like, hey, I'm setting a boundary that my friend has boundaries. And like, yeah, it sounds a little weird, but if you know, you know. If the girls that get it, get it. Number 7, this person initiates quality time with you. I've met too many people that say, oh my gosh, girl, we should totally hang out. I would love to hang out with you. I miss you so much. Empty words. This is almost like a test now that I have for people. When they say things like this, like, hey, like, we should totally hang out, and they don't give me a day and a time. Sorry, not sorry. Like, I automatically know I'm not going to get super close to you, and you are not going to be in my inner circle. You can be like you can be on the outer onion layers. But like the inner onion layers, like, no, girl, you do not get access to that. That is only for very, very limited special people. And that protects you. Boundaries protect you. It protects your energy. It protects your peace. That is why I have so many fewer people in my inner onion circle, but I like it that way. And I feel like it's meant to be that way, because then you have a very close-knit group of people that you fully trust and that you fully let in and show yourself. And then you have like a little bit bigger of on the outer ring, but like they don't get to know as much about you. They haven't quite proven themselves that they're worthy, that they pass all of these boundaries, you know. So you gotta be very careful with who you let in, and you gotta go through the phasing test, you know. Like give them, make them wait. Give it time. Back to the whole quality time thing. This just shows me yet again that they aren't a very disciplined, consistent person. If you can't even give me a date and a time to spend with me, that is so below. Like, imagine, I love to relate friendship boundaries to relationship boundaries, okay? Because if you put it in that perspective, it literally sounds like so freaking stupid. Okay, let's see, like, stupid in a way that, like, you're like, oh my gosh, yeah, why wouldn't I have this expectation for a friendship? Like, it's so bare minimum. Okay, let's say you're dating this guy, right? And he's like, oh my gosh, we should totally hang out. Like, y'all are dating, like, you kiss and like hug and affection, like, and stuff, you know? And then he texts you, hey, like, I'd really like to see you. And then just like doesn't give a time, doesn't give a place. No. That is like, oh my god, are your fingers too tired to type out at the park at 3? Boy, I'm slamming the door in your fucking face. Like, get out of here, you're not invited. Same goes for friendships. If I meet someone like that, no, I'm not interested in being your friend. To be flat out, I'm not interested in being your friend. Because you wouldn't be a good one, and I'm a fucking great friend. I have all of these things. I provide all of these things. I put a lot of energy into my friendship, so I expect these things back, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong. I respect a person that has boundaries in a friendship, and I expect, I respect when somebody calls me out if I'm not providing one of these things. I really, really respect that. And I look for that in someone who can call me out on my bull. Someone, you know, like, I'm like, you're being a little lazy ass right now. Like, get up off your ass and go to the gym. Like, I appreciate that. Because I don't always feel like I can provide that for myself. You know, that like inner, like, oh, you got this, you know, like that. The voice, it ebbs and flows, you know. Expectation/boundary number 8. This person does not put other people down, and they are not jealous of other people, other women, other boys. Honestly, all of this connects. If somebody is putting others down, they are putting themselves down. Hurt people hurt other people. if you're with somebody and they're gossiping all the time and you're gossiping with them, y'all are just feeding off your negative energy, and it's just like victim on victim. But oh god, I even like talking about it because it just makes me mad. If I meet someone and all they're able to do is talk about, oh, did you hear about Kelly? She did this. Oh yeah, her boyfriend Matt, like I heard that he was like looking at another girl and like texting her and like DMing. I could care less about other people's lives and other people's problems. I got enough problems of my own, okay? I don't need to talk about other people's as well. I would rather talk about other things. I would rather talk about something more fun and beneficial, or about improvement of yourself. You know, those are the topics I'm interested in. So if somebody's coming at me with the gossip, no, I'm not fucking with that. I'm not going to deal with that. I will leave. Like, I will tell them, oh my gosh, like, I'm so sorry, but like, my mom wants me to come home early. Like, make up an excuse and leave. You don't have to continue hanging out and giving your time to this person. Like, you are not obligated to do so. Do you understand? You're not obligated to give somebody your time. You're not obligated to be friends with somebody, ever. That is your own choice. I'm kind of bouncing off the not being all gossipy about other people and talking about other people's lives, because like, girl, you should be focused on your own. Focus on your own life. Focus on yourself. That's what you're doing. Is this person does not get jealous. They see that person or that thing as inspiration. So if they see a girl and she is living her best life on a yacht, that person won't see it. That person won't see it as like, oh God, I wish I was her. It's like, oh my God, she is living such a beautiful life. And that is possible for me too. Like, she sees it as inspiration. She sees her world as a Pinterest board. Ooh, those friends are the best. They are golden. And when you find them, oh, don't let them go. Point number 9. She believes in her dreams and she is working towards them actively. Oh, this is such a good point. When a woman is working towards her dreams, when she believes in her dreams, it is just so beautiful to see in her eyes, like literally a sparkle. That energy of just believing in yourself, of having a person that believes in themselves, is so beautiful. I just appreciate being in the presence of someone who believes in their dreams. It rubs off on me and it makes me believe in my dreams even more, and we feed off that energy in ourselves. So you're believing in yourself and you're lifting yourself up and you're focusing on yourself and you're growing your charisma and your happiness and your hobbies and your passions and your body and your spiritualness, you know, all of that. And then that person is doing the same. It's like you literally lift each other up. You lift each other up and you grow together. And that is the most beautiful thing that you can ask for in this entire life, is to find somebody that you can grow with. And last but not least, my point number 10 of an expectation and boundary that you should have in friendships is that this person can be alone. This is such a big indicator of how far they've come on their journey. When someone is able to be alone, it shows a lot of things. One, that their mind is at peace and they can sit with their thoughts and their emotions without running away from them. 2, that they love themselves and they trust themselves because they are able to be alone with themselves for some time. And 3, that they are focusing on themselves, because who else are you going to focus on if you're alone? Nobody. You gotta focus on yourself. You gotta focus on your mind. It is such a beautiful thing to be alone, because that is when you really have the chance to build a connection with yourself and to build, like, honestly, like, I talk to myself when I'm alone. Like, I'll do it out loud. I don't give a fuck. That is how I have grown a connection and a deep love within myself, in talking to myself almost like I'm talking to another person. But it's like a really strange experience. But I think that we should normalize it more, like having conversations with ourselves. Like, it sounds a little weird, but it really does work. And it's kind of like journaling, but out loud. That's like, if I'm struggling with something, instead of going and writing on paper, which I don't really love to do, I'm not a huge fan of journaling. There's just some people who it doesn't work with, and I'm just one of those people. What I'll do is I'll go on a walk with myself, and I'll just like talk to myself out loud and kind of like figure it out verbally. And afterwards, I feel so much more connected to myself, so much like, and I believe that I feel connected because I understand myself a little bit better. When we have a disconnect from somebody, what is really going on is we just don't understand them. We don't understand their thought processing, or like what's going on. So by being alone, you have a chance to connect to yourself. The more that you connect to yourself, the more that you can connect with other people, because you will feel comfortable in being authentic. When you love yourself, when you are okay with being alone, you won't have a problem with cutting people off that don't serve you and your life. There's nothing wrong with that. I know that it can be difficult to do, especially if a person has been in your life for a really long time. But at the end of the day, you are born with yourself in your body, and you will die with yourself in your body. You were born alone, you will die alone. Even if people are around you, you are the only one that is in your body and in your mind and is with yourself with no escape. So make yourself your home, and find other people that their selves is their home. Did I say that right? Yeah. Themselves is their own home. All right, and that consists of my 10 points. To go over it really quickly. Number 1, they match your energy. Number 2, they are consistent and they keep their word. Number 3, they have good mental health, or they are working on it actively. Number 4, they have an abundance mindset, a goddess mindset, a king mindset. Number 5, they are focused on growing themselves every single day. Number 6, they set personal boundaries with themselves and they keep them. Number 7, they initiate quality time with you. They initiate hangouts and talking and calling and FaceTiming and all of that. Number 8, they do not put other people down. They see jealousy as inspiration. Number 9, they believe in their dreams and they are actively working towards them every day. And finally, number 10, they can be alone with themselves. A really important part of this, if you're being like, oh my God, like where the fuck are these people? Like, I don't have any people in my life. My social situation sucks ass. Believe me, there are people out there who have all of these characteristics. And I know that because I'm only friends with these people. These are the only kind of people that I have in my inner circle, and I have found people that have all of these characteristics inside of them. I would much rather have fewer friends that are higher quality than having like a large quantity of friends that maybe have 1 or 2 or maybe even 3 of these expectations and these boundaries that I've created for myself. Pick your friendships so carefully. You are a combination of the top 5 people that you spend your time with. So make sure that they are high quality, because that will make you more high quality. You will bounce off each other's energies and you will grow together, and it will be a very beautiful experience to have these kind of people in your life. And I'm really excited for them to come in, because I know it'll happen if you embody these yourself. All right. All right. Thank you for listening today, and I hope that you have a lovely rest of your day, evening, night, afternoon. Yeah. Any or all of the above. And I'll see you soon. Okay. Bye.